let me decorate my daily journal for the first couple of weeks in October. And as you can see, I'm planning to get creative and use at least some of these goodies you see out here. So if you're interested in watching, stick around. Hello everybody, this is Priya here. Welcome back to my channel if you're returning. And if this is the first time, thank you so much for stopping by. Here I share tips, ideas, and inspiration to make your planner and journal spreads pretty and functional. I do have a lot of goodies that I have pulled out. And if you know me, if you've been watching me for a while, you know that I love to bring the distress inks and oxides for the Halloween time and for October to bring in some of that spookiness that we all love and something I can handle, but not too crazy. And this is my daily journal, and this was kind of the last page I wrote in. So yeah, I'm filming this on the 1st. It's been a crazy week, so just filming this so that I will have it ready for you and have everything. I'm not sure when this will be up on my channel, but I hope to make it soon. And I do have some of this is actually the background paper, and this is a watching the starry sky. And if you saw my earlier video, the creative journal from last week for the fall with the Dutch doors, I had used these two lighting ones, and I have that. I'm not sure I will be using that though, because I have a whole bunch of other stuff that I'm using. And I also have a couple of stencils that I have pulled out. So this is like the brick pattern, and these are the honeycombs. I'm not sure I will be using this, but this one I'm thinking. And I also have the stencil of a tree, so I could make something eerie with this. Let us see. And I also have my distress inks. These are the mini ones. This is how I store them. So I have one box with distress oxides, which as you can see is pretty full. And the distress inks, I have some more room, but it is getting there. So I'm looking for the black suit for sure. I think it's a distress ink. Yeah, black suit. It gives us that black spooky thing. And I personally prefer the oxides, so I'm having a couple of the purple ones outside. So this is a wilted violet, and this is a villainous potion. This is slightly darker, which really works great for those combinations or something spooky again. So I might combine those. And I do have tutorials on distress oxides and inks and how to get started, what all you need, and how to keep your surface clean, all of that. So since I have these colors I need, I don't think I will pull from this. And as a combination, I have the sponges are already here, but this is it's a cookie bottle, cookie jar. So I have, this is how I store them. And I will take 3 heads out so that I can use them. And I am linking all the products that you see here to the best of my ability, but if there is something that's out of stock, I will still link it. You can get something similar. And I also have the baby wipes just to keep it handy. But remember not to let these guys interact, because these are all water reactive, so that might be the last thing you need. So just keeping that handy. And I have my cutting board, my gyro cut, and a whole bunch of stickers that I'm likely to use. So let us see. So I will I have a rough idea in mind for the landing page. So that is where I will be coming and adding my highlights of the month, or the best memories, or the wins, or whatever the special things that happened during the month is. And I will also show you, this is the cover the Archer and Olive journal comes in. So I repurpose it to store my big these washi flakes or these PT stickers. So this is, I might get a couple of them because these are the alphas, and I have these really fun alphabets. These are all from Journal Say. It is linked below the skull. Nope, thank you. It can stay there. It came as a set, so that is why you would see these here, even though it is in some of the colors I may not use. So I'm keeping the, maybe not the red. So I'll have the spider ones. I can try and skip. The only thing downside is it's only one of each alphabet. So if I need extras, I need to buy a second pair. So that is why whenever I shop, I get 2 packs. And these are some of the other ones. This is the Baroque alphabets. So it came in a set of 6 or so, if I'm not mistaken. It is linked below. So that is the alphas. So let me just move that aside and let's get started. For the stickers, I have quite a few of these Planything sticker books. This has some of those eerie looking, perfect for Halloween kind of alphas. So maybe, yeah, let's see. And this one, I doubt I'll bring it in because it's more autumn. I'm looking for something spooky like this one, and this had a few pages and I have used up an entire sheet. So this is the only one I need to pull through all of October, because I used quite a lot on my Laurel Denise planners because these are the perfect size to go in them. So that is why I have just these. I might have to use that, and this is the page. So something a bit spooky, but I would rather stay away from all these weirdo looking trees. And for the boxes, I have some ready, and I also have a couple of the other Planything functional stuff. I'm trying to do something here. So if you remember, this was the start of the month, and this was I'm yet to finish with this. So this was my landing page, and it was very popular. I had used the Martinez sticker company entirely, and that is September. So I'm moving to October, and I'm hoping to finish this one by the end of the year. And I do have an idea in mind, so I will talk to you a bit more about those. I'm going to roughly draw like a window here, right in the middle, but not even or anything, just like a peekaboo kind of window. Yeah, that was quite not intentional, but yeah, something not straight. That's all I wanted. So let me just get to my cutting mat, and this is a self-healing cutting mat. I really love this one. It's a generic brand, nothing too fancy. So just try cutting as much towards the drawing that I have. It's not, you will see what I mean, but it is not really a must that you have to do it as drawn. So just roughly cutting around there, that's all we need, and you will see why I say so. So that is, so if you were worried about using this one, I have this linked also, and I also have a tutorial on how you can use the gyro cut. It's very easy, and I have a whole tutorial, but a quick rundown. There is a slanted surface at the tip. Can you see that? So just make sure the bottom part touches the paper. Don't try to make sure the entire surface is flat. So that's the key. And it's very sharp, so you be careful you don't nip yourself. So that is that. I take that off, and I usually like to save this paper, just so you know. And keeping that aside, yeah, so that is what we have as a peekaboo situation. So let's see. So this is the black suit. This one I already have the head attached, so it comes like so, and this is a velcro dot that I have to store the sponge head, and this has the velcro part, and this is the pairing. So you just press it down firmly, and if it is dry, no ink will be transferred, or else make sure you wipe your hands. And since I had put this away a few days ago, it is dry, so I'm good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just keeping it like this, and I'm going to ink the edges. And I love this effect. I've done this a couple of times, but yeah, I'm just doing this here, just like so. And even on this side, I will go ahead and do that so that we can have like a peekaboo situation. Yeah, so that is the edge. Let's try and do that here. So that is the ink, and just for a few minutes, just try not to rub over this. That's the only precaution. After that, you're free to do whatever you want. And I also want to bring in this black paper dotted journal. This is the letter size, I guess. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken. So this, I had picked this up on Amazon. If you wanna get that, I will try and link it. This was from a couple of years ago. I hope I can find something similar. So I just take off a page. So there are lines in the back, if you want to do that, few of them, but it's mostly the dot grids. But it's not the finest quality, because for the price you pay, this is what you get. It's not a very expensive thing either. So since I do not have any blackout journals, I will tear one off so that the integrity of the book is not damaged, so that we have a whole page to work with. I'm thinking of doing something behind here, and then one of these, let's see, I have this one and this one. So as I said, we have one of these houses, this page here. I wanted to bring in that purple, so just trying to rip off some of that. And I'm just going to tear apart and then try and fiddle with the rest. So you see what I mean? I'm just trying to, yeah, this edge, there is a small outline here because I was trying to press it down. Just trying to make like a small hill here. Just some white space around the edge. If I need to get something down, so I'm using I think that's good. So it looks like a small hill here. So let's see. We can bring in some of those spooky little trees, and I'm not looking for something really, yeah, I think I don't want to use up a lot of that space either. Am I right? Yeah, I think I'll stick with this one. Bring in some inks here, and then maybe a couple of bats or something, and we should be able to call it done for this side. So I'm going with the villainous portion since it is darker, blending it in to avoid that sharp space, you know. Yeah, that looks nice and spooky. Let me just get some for the other side as well. I can still write on that surface, so I'm not too worried. You know what I mean? Yeah, so just good for now. So what else do we need for the other side is what I'm thinking. I'm looking for something with purple too, so that, or we could make do with that, right? Yeah. Let's just try that. So I'm trying to glue that down using my double-sided tape, and that tweezer lets me put that right in the place where I need, so that I can have that spooky mansion and that gate right there, just peeking out of that peekaboo window, and trying to see what other elements can go in there. But I don't think the aesthetics of these two go together. So I'm back to the Planny Thing stickers, and I will bring in a couple of bats and adding that smaller bats which I'm trimming out of the bigger scene. Just trying to put that out down in multiple directions, and having one more of that house with the orange and purple background just to bring some of that balance. And now taking the spooky little alphas to have the title page, and just brought in some of that ink just so that it can pop a bit, and adding one more of that sticker right next to the T, and that's the cat and the colander and that cauldron, and some of the splotches and all the gooey stuff related to the costumes adjacent to that. And I'm trying to also bring in some boxes, a couple of them at least, just doing some layering for some extra space for the highlights, and nothing too elaborate, just bringing in a couple of those cupcakes or candy or something interesting, but trying to make sure not to bring in any other new colors, because I'm trying to keep it with just the colors of we have going on, and just bringing some of those inks more before we turn the page and onto the next one. So this is where all these new stickers from Martinez Sticker Company will come in, because I want to use as much of it as possible, and yet I want to use those distress inks. So going with the black suit this time, just doing something very simple. I'm just having that scrap piece of paper underneath so that the bottom pages will not get those inks. I'm bringing in that scrap piece of paper to put underneath the pages before I add in the inks. Otherwise, I used to do the glass cutting mat, which is really not going to affect when I do the cutting or all sorts of things. So I have a glass cutting mat, but I really can't do much when it comes to the journal pages, which, unlike the happy planner pages, I can't really take off the book. So that is why I resorted to the scrap piece of paper lying around, and it has really helped, because it was too much of a hassle fiddling the glass cutting mat and the journal, turning it around in all kinds of directions. So I thought this was easier. So you can see me use that orange cobwebs, and I'm layering the spooky bouquets off of that, just trying to bring in some of those spookiness. And I have a discount code Priya15 if you want to check out the Martinez sticker company, and I'm using the gigantic one. I use the stickers in multiple sizes because I can always print more in the size I need, but I try to, whenever I get the sheets as part of the rep team, I do have access to these ahead of time. So I'm trying to use that freebie there, which I think I will wait on. You will see what I do with it later on because that's an entirely new color, but I just do not want to do that now. So just giving the space for that spooky bouquets, which I think needs that on its own because it's a great cluster that I may has built on that spooky bouquet. So I thought it needed a space just for itself. I almost put it down and then you will see this is how sometimes things work. So indecisiveness is with us all. So as you can see, I just put it all down and then I realized now it's not working. So I'm just putting everything back and coming back to just the initial set of stickers I had put down. It's just a sticker, basic journal page that I need, and on to the next one where I will be using more inks, and you will see the stencils come into play, and I'm going with black suit, but again, this is something I had not done even in my planner spread. So just having a thin layer like a wall there. And you have to be careful when using these stencils, especially make sure that you avoid the edges so that you can have that look of the things just going off the wall and nothing with straight lines. So I'm trying to find out if I can use some of these alphas, but you will see that I don't go with these even in the spread because again, I'm not quite comfortable with these alphas. So I'm trying to spell out of something, a couple of words maybe on either side. That was the first idea I had. So as you can see, you can have lots of things going on in your head. And sometimes it doesn't work, sometimes it works great, but you have to try. Unless you try, you will not know if it's for you. So this dark black roses is actually on clear sticker paper, and I'm bringing in the red cobwebs and a couple of those spiders to go on there. And if you look closely, you will see the spiders, but this is very dark for what I normally do. So I did not go too much in depth further than this. So it is really just these, and I kept these black simple, that's the line eucalyptus, and I thought these clear elements actually worked great, especially on distress oxides, because you can still see that it is there but without giving that white background. So I like to mix and match the clear and the paper stickers. Let me know if you do that too, because some people like to just stick to clear or stick to paper entirely, but I don't have any problem mixing them. So that is why you see me do that. So on to the next one, and I will be bringing some of these alphas with the roses in them. And unfortunately, as I mentioned in the beginning, there is only one alphabet of each design in each packet. So I'm having to get that spooky one of the O's from the other packet. And I can't handle more than that. So that is the reason I brought that in. And this time I'm going to be using the purple along the edges and just that small border, a thin one. It will look very nice when compared to that big alphas, I mean, those spooky spelt out in the middle. And these stickers are very easy to use. The backing is really glossy, but once you take it out, and it peels off very easily, as you can see. And I brought in that witch from the freebie, which you get as the sticker freebie from the, if you pick items from the last release, the September release at Martinez Sticker Company, and I just spelled out spooky, and I'm going to cut that coat on there to fit in either side, not exactly symmetrical, throwing in those stars and just keeping it simple yet fun. I thought this was a fun page. Not entirely my style, but I can handle these. I did go ahead and add a few more pages, so let's quickly do the full flip through of my entire journal setup for the first couple of weeks in October. Let me know which of these pages you like the most and what your favorite Halloween activity is every year, or what your favorite memory around Halloween is. And please come follow me on Instagram. I will have more of myself shared on IG. And please check out all the shops and links and all the videos I mentioned down in the description. And it does help me out with the growth of the channel when you use my affiliate links and codes. And I would really appreciate that. And if you like today's video, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel and turn on the bell notification so that you will not miss any of my future videos. I do have at least 2 journal setup videos that come out every month. And I also have my creative journal, which is a bit more creative, and I try to bring in something new every month. If you have not checked out my September creative journal setup, I will have the video linked. And I would really, it's one of my favorites, and it was a favorite on YouTube too. So if you have not checked that out, I would hope you would. I will have that linked at the end of the video. Please check it out. And thank you so much for watching. I will catch you in my next one. Bye.